everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a Coach New York analysis, so if you're interested in that type of content, keep on watching. So hi everyone, today I am so excited because I'm coming to you with a new type of content on my channel. I said back in January that I really wanted to do a bit more fashion analysis on my channel, talk a bit more about trends and all that good stuff. And I did do that. I filmed two videos. One was about spring summer trends 2021 and one was about the top influencers I recommend you guys to follow. So go check them out on my channel if you haven't yet. But I really wanted to dig deep into a few brands I've been really into recently for these type of analysis videos. So today is going to be the first one kind of in that type of format, and I'm going to talk about Coach New York, which is a brand that I've been talking about many times on my channel since January 2021. If you haven't seen these videos, by the way, go check them out on my channel and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. It's 100% free and means a lot to me as usual. But basically back in January, or actually it was December for Christmas, but in January I did an unboxing video of this little bag right here, which is a Coach bag. So I did an unboxing of this bag, I did a review a few months after, and I even mentioned a Coach bag in my spring summer top bags. So if you haven't seen these videos as well, go check them out. And today I have my little notebook with me right here, and I have a few notes on here to not forget any important information. And we are going to talk about Coach. So we're going to get a bit more into the story or history of Coach, talk about the different things they've done in the past, how it all started, and then I'm going to give you a bit the situation right now with the brand and also my own opinion on the brand, whether they're doing right or whether they're doing wrong, potentially wrong. And of course the comment section is open, so if you have any comments in particular regarding the brand, or if you want to say something in particular or add any information, please comment below. So that's pretty much it for the intro. I think we can get going right away into the story of how Coach New York started. So I'm going to concentrate a lot on their handbags because this is all I'm about on my channel. I love handbags and accessories. You guys probably know that's really the focus on my channel in terms of fashion. So we're going to really concentrate on that. But it's not going to be too hard to do that because Coach actually started with handbags and they're really like worldwide known for their handbags and accessories, so it's good for us today. Basically, Coach was created in 1941 by a couple, Lillian and Miles Kahn. They were really into working the leather, understanding the material, the quality of it, and seeing the high potential leather had, or has, let's say. And they basically started Coach New York in New York in 1941. And it's very interesting because it took them around 17 years to come up with the very first bag by Coach, which was a bag inspired by the baseball gloves. So you know the baseball glove, it's really well known to have a certain form and it's obviously leather, and they were highly inspired by this for their very first bag. I'll put a few pictures around the screen for you guys to see what it looked like back then. And the first collection of these bags, there were only 12 bags. So it was really a small brand. They were really all about craftsmanship and working the leather well, knowing how to use leather, creating high quality bags, and they only really cared about the high quality of material and practicality, I would say. But especially they just loved making things with leather. So this is quite beautiful. It really started from a couple that are just a huge fan of the material and decided to use it to create their brand. Obviously an American brand based firstly in New York, that's why it's called Coach New York. So just wanted to quickly throw this out there. And the big turning point for Coach was in 1962 when Bonnie Cashin, a very famous designer and especially costume designer for movies, joined Coach as a creative director. It was kind of their first like real creative director. She's actually pretty well known. She's actually an icon. She's pretty much the one who created American sportswear. And this is a very interesting thing because by joining Coach, she really wanted to create a brand that was practical, lightweight designs, easy to wear, but very stylish and fun, and fresh as well. And this is what she managed to do actually. She arrived there and kind of made the brand evolve. I wouldn't say she changed completely the codes of the brand. The idea of really using leather and the quality of leather was always there, and it's still actually a core important aspect of Coach New York. But what is super interesting is that she decided to incorporate more colors. Bright pink, bright yellow, bright green, bright blue. Not only have bags that were more like brown and black or all that more boring colors or classic, let's say, she really wanted to add a twist to the different new bags. She's actually the creator of the famous duffel bag by Coach, which is a very kind of sportswear type of item. She really added this little fun side to it and new side to it as well, because American sportswear, it was kind of like developing even more in the 60s, and her coming to Coach really made that possible for the brand to embrace that trend. And in 1979, Lou Frankfurt joined Coach as their new CEO. And this was again a turn for the brand. And you will see throughout the video that it seems like Coach, they go really by phases where they do super, super well, then they stagnate, they do super well, they stagnate. And I feel like this is really what happened for a while. But with Lou Frankfurt, the brand changed a bit. They started to actually create watches for men and women. So they really started to incorporate more accessories, which is a big turning point for a brand. It means they're working pretty well. In the 1990s, something super interesting happened. Basically, Coach realized, or the CEO and the team of Coach realized, that there was a gap in the market. There was a really big gap in the market, and it was something that they really knew how to use to their advantage. And this is quite businessy, and I'm not a business graduate, or I'm not in business, so if there's any terms I'm not using right, please let me know in the comments below. But I just wanted to say that they realized that there was a big gap in the market. Basically, if you were a woman back then in the 90s, you had two choices most of the time. The first choice was to get an expensive bag from a luxury brand. And the second choice they had was to go to their local department store and find a bit of a dupe of the luxury bag. So pay less, but obviously not get the quality of a luxury bag. So they had kind of only these two possibilities back then. And Coach really realized that they could use this to their advantage. And what appeared? Affordable luxury appeared. And affordable luxury is kind of basically premium. It's what I talk about so much on my channel. I'm always all about premium and affordable luxury, I guess, where you basically get a beautiful design, pretty good material, craftsmanship behind it, but it's not to the level of a luxury brand. So most of the time you won't pay for the brand, like Chanel, Gucci, you pay most of the time for the logo that will be on the bag, for example, or the brand behind it, as simple as that. It will be maybe a bit more expensive because also of the material, but premium brands and premium items stay high quality. It's just different to luxury. And Coach really took advantage of that little gap in the market, and they decided to really put themselves into the affordable luxury gap, let's say. So this was a revolution for Coach and for women back then, because they were able to get a beautiful bag at a more affordable price. And in 1993, a new creative director arrived. It was another kind of star creative director of Coach, Reed Krakow, who used to work for Tommy Hilfiger before. He was, again, interestingly, really into American sportswear, and he was really specialized in that. And he joined Coach as their new creative director in 1993. So once again, a bit like Bonnie Cashin before, Reed Krakow decided to kind of get a bit away from that very classy, classic look that Coach had, and to get more into sportswear, again, utility, colors, a lot of colors. So he, again, like Bonnie Cashin had done before, he started to incorporate more color in the collections and make something a bit more fresh and fun. And in 2001, it was kind of the time of logomania. If you don't know what logomania is, it's basically the obsession with logos everywhere. And that's when we really saw a lot of brands incorporating so many logos on their shirts, on any item that they had. It was all about logos, like the bigger the better, the more logos the better. So it was really, really a big trend. And Reed Krakow knew how to use that trend to his advantage. And that's when the double C that represents the Coach logo appeared, and it started to appear on their bags and all that good stuff. Even my bag has a C right here, so they also started to incorporate this in the hardware, like the closure right here is a C. They're really starting to use that trend to their advantage, which is super interesting because it shows that Coach really started as a brand that was very classy and classic, and now they're going into something more trendy and really using what they see the market likes or what the people like. They're listening to the consumer, basically. By that time, they already incorporated a lot of new accessories like wallets, wristlets, phone accessories. Fashion as well arrived a bit after. As I said, I'm not going to go in detail about fashion or even accessories in general. I really like to concentrate on the handbag, but just to let you know, this is what happened by the 2000s. And in 2013, Stuart Vevers, who's actually very well known in the fashion industry, joined Coach as a creative director. And this is so interesting because once again, there's something new that happens, something fresh that happens for Coach. After, I would say, around 10 years of a bit of stagnation in a way, where they were stagnating a little bit, Stuart Vevers arrives, and once again, something new happens to Coach. Basically, if you guys know from my previous videos about Coach, especially the unboxing, I think I talked about that in the unboxing. Around 2015, I started to really have my eye on these bags because I realized their designs were becoming more fresh, more feminine, more delicate, more fun. They were adding little elements that I loved on their bags, like little flowers. They had new colors, like beigey colors. So beautiful in around 2015. This is highly due to Stuart Weber's arriving and wanting to create something new for Coach, basically. And he totally understood what was missing for Coach, and he knew how to use the quality of their material and just create a new design or new designs in general for the brand. So basically right now we are in 2021 and something very interesting happened, and this is all my observation and my own analysis. Nothing else. I didn't read anything about this online. It's really just from me and maybe YouTubers I've seen talk about it, or some friends of mine. We've debated about that a little bit. But since 2021, really Coach has stepped up their game. That's why I've talked about them so much more on my channel. They have new designs, like for example, they're readapting older designs like their famous swinger bag that was made all of leather. Now they're adding this like jacquard material. They're adding the logo a little bit more. They're having more fun colors. We see a lot of pastels on their bags, and they have an It bag that appeared that I really would love to get my hands on, but I will still think about it. And it's their tabby bag. They have 2 sizes, and I would love to get the small one. It's my favorite. Like in a bunch of fun colors, like what people want. Like it's really what people want. And if you didn't know, last year the pillow trend became super famous because of the whole like pandemic situation. The pillow represented the idea of staying at home, and a lot of brands incorporated this in their runway pieces, but also in their accessories. And the tabby bag reminds you of a pillow. So it's so interesting because it looks like Coach is really taking advantage of the current trends and adapting it and putting it into their new collections. I also saw a few bags that were super pretty in different pastel colors, like light pink. They have this pillowy aspect. They have new designs. Honestly, go check out their website now compared to even last year. It's, I think, day and night, literally so different. And what is funny is that the bag I have is a really bad example because this is the most classic bag you could find from Coach or by Coach. It's definitely just a basic bag, like nothing special. But this style is a style that remains because it's iconic and it's really representative of Coach. But I love that they're trying to understand what the market wants, what the consumer wants, what the next generation is searching for. And they're also understanding how the world is evolving at the moment. And they're really taking in all these trends and using it in their new handbag collections, which is something I'm so happy about because I really believe Coach has a lot of potential. As you can see, it really started with this couple that really only cared about the material, the quality of things. It evolved super well with a lot of talented creative directors. So I think there's high potential behind the brand. I mean, they're obviously worldwide. They have like more than 900 stores in the world. I love that they are actually doing so much with influencers nowadays. Like they're really incorporating influencers into their campaigns. And for the tabby bag, for example, they worked a lot with YouTubers and influencers on Instagram. So we really see that they're trying to adapt to their new, like, I don't know, just new trends, the new way of living, new way of creating campaigns. And their bags stay affordable luxury, like they're still premium brands. They're starting to get a little bit more expensive, like their price is increasing. And this is probably due to the fact that Coach is becoming bigger and bigger. It's probably due to the fact that they have, more marketing to pay for. So I don't know, it's probably due to that, but I don't know in detail exactly why their prices are increasing. I'm not a specialist. I haven't been following Coach for that long, but from what I know, I feel like their prices are increasing because 600 or more than 600 for the tabby bag, the middle, like the medium size. I personally think it's not that affordable, but technically speaking, it stays in the market of affordable luxury. So I don't know, let me know what you think about that. That's the only thing I'm a bit like skeptical about and I don't really get, but that's just my opinion. Otherwise, I think they're doing so well. That's pretty much it about today's video and the notes I took to just explain a bit the story of the brand, to give you a bit of a just like historical aspect and understanding how they function and how they grew. So that's pretty much it for today actually. And as I always say, I will see you next week in my next video. Bye everyone.